Hi everyone, it's Vicky here from createafashionbrand.com and fashionserviceshongkong.com. Sorry I wasn't around last week. As you can see, we've actually moved offices. And we're almost set up, but we've still got a few issues to sort out, like the camera and lighting, which is currently just shining in my face. I promise the quality will be better next week. But this week I did get a really great question from Colin White, who asks a lot of questions about manufacturing and tech packs. I assume because it's what he's currently doing in his fashion brand at the moment. But he asked a great question, and I've already replied to him, but I just thought it was a fantastic question that needed a video. So Colin asked, "Hi Vicky, once all the work is completed for the tech packs and you begin sending it out to different manufacturers, what is the best way to evaluate a manufacturer? Are MOQs and cost the two most important components when evaluating a manufacturer?" Now, the reply that I gave Colin was this. MOQs are really important, as is cost. Now, MOQs is your quantity. So at the upper end of the range, if you're ordering thousands and thousands of units of a product, every factory is going to rub its hands and go, "Thank you very much, that's wonderful." At the lower end of the range, you're going to have to check whether a factory will accept your order. Some factories only start at 500 pieces or units of one design. Some start at 200, 100, and so on. So you have to check that first. Secondly, cost, obviously, for every unit. You have to check whether you can afford that. If you're expecting that you're going to be able to do a luxury garment or a luxury brand and pay cheap prices, I'm sorry, but you won't. You get what you pay for in manufacturing, but you have to be prepared for that. So it might be that you pay more per garment, let's say if you're doing luxury, and get less quantity, or vice versa, whichever way around, but you're going to have to balance those things when you speak to a factory. Now, the rest of it, as I said to Colin, was you've got to think about your own values, your own brand values that you're promoting to your customers. For example, if you're doing something that's environmentally friendly, then obviously your factory has to be environmentally friendly. If, like I said, you're doing luxury, then can they produce luxury garments? What's the stitching like? What's the finish like? Pressing? There are other things you need to consider as well. If you need help with shipping or import tax, duties, when it comes to getting the shipping done, if you need packaging, or it's sent to different locations, you need to ask the factory what other additional services they can provide you. So there's a lot of different things that you need to think about in terms of a factory, not just for the clothing itself, but for the whole situation that you are in. Can they provide, like I said, the shipping? Can they deliver it to your door? Or do you have to arrange, delivery from a port or from the factory? And that all depends, where the factory is, how they're getting the things to you. Are they going to source the fabric, or do you need to source the fabric, etc., etc. So it really comes down to what values and what services you particularly need for your situation. The only way you're ever going to be able to assess a factory properly, though, is really going through the process. If you ask for samples, they're always going to show you the best stuff, whether that's in an image or a physical sample. If you go to the factory, they're always going to show you the best stuff. So my advice would be, have a look at some samples, see what quality they're providing you with. If it's good enough for what you want, what level, what market, and what price you're eventually going to charge at retail, and if it's good enough for that, then it should be good enough for you. But realistically, until you actually go through the process, you're never really going to know whether they're a good factory or not. If you've got some friends or have some contacts that have used a factory before, I would always advise that. That's fantastic because they've already gone through the process. They can give you some honest feedback on that manufacturer. Okay, so I hope that that all helps. I know it's pretty vague, but unfortunately, that's the reality. You're never going to quite know what a factory's like until you really deal with them. So like I said, until you have that experience and you've gone through a couple, if they fulfill all your criteria that you need for your brand and your products, then give them a go. Maybe do a soft trial, try them with 1 or 2 garments and see what happens at sampling. If you're happy with it, then move on. But like I said, you're never going to really know until you kind of go through it unless you've got some feedback from friends. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. If you've got a question, like Colin, you can leave some comments for me on our main fashion brand video. There's a link at the end of this video, so you just need to click and type your question for me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more videos. And if it's been really helpful, please like and please share so I can get my videos out to more people who need some help. And don't forget, we have a newsletter every week. So if you haven't joined that, you need to get on it. Everything is in the description box below. And I will see you next week for another video.